Pompeo.
I think I'm high on hairspray.
Are you high? Yeah, I came back there. She was very, very effusive. You were bouncing off the walls. I was like, where's the Red Bull, girl? I need one.
Hairspray is...
We just ran into each other at a party recently that we were talking about, because it's just because you're in a clip with a black man, I wanted to bring this up. And
My favorite topic.
We saw each other. I know you're married to a man, a half black man,
Yes.
right? So you're in the club.
Yeah.
And you were saying, we ran into each other at a party, and you were saying, gosh, there wasn't that much fun because there were no black people there. And I thought that was a really accurate description of the night. But I never put two and two together if that's the reason why.
Yeah, and then I told you about the new trend in bat mitzvahs.
Oh, right, which is what?
Yeah, which apparently someone told me yesterday, I can't remember who said it, but they said that it's a new trend in bat mitzvahs in Los Angeles that little Jewish kids want to invite black kids to their bat mitzvahs because to liven it up a little, because the bat mitzvahs are boring the way they are. Somebody told me, I don't know, I haven't been to one and seen it firsthand, so.
You're not Jewish, right?
No.
No.
Italian Catholic.
Okay.
Worse.
Hey, where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up, in Boston?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can hear your accent now. I've never noticed it before.
Yeah, well, on the show, you can tell, like that clip you just played,
Yeah.
when I'm really tired, it sort of comes out, and I'm like, yeah, Rose Ridge. It's like, I just listened to that clip, and I was like, oh my God, I sound like I came out of The Departed. But, you know, when I'm really, you know, rested and paying attention, I try to...
What was it? Did you grow up like was it like The Departed?
Oh,
was it rough?
Absolutely, 100%.
No.
Absolutely. Everybody I know has been to prison. Including my husband.
Really?
Yeah, it's so funny because, you know, like when I met my husband before the show, we were together before the show. And when the show got big, you know, all the tabloids, you know, they do what they do, and they thought they were breaking all these big news stories about my bad, terrible husband with his record and his, you know, all his bad past. And it's like, I've known him since he was 15. I know everything about him, you know, so it's like, who don't I know who hasn't been to jail? So, I mean, if you're from Boston, it's just part of the territory.
So you knew him going to high school when you were 15?
I mean, I didn't know him going to high school. We lived in different cities, but we had mutual friends, so I definitely knew of him and his whole group.
Now, you tried to go to college, too, like me, and then it didn't work.
Did not work. No.
What happened to you?
Too much beer drinking and all that, you know, hooting and hollering. I couldn't, you know.
You wanted to get straight to the hard stuff.
Yes, I seriously did. Yeah.
You waited tables for a long time,
I did.
Right?
I moved to Miami and I waited tables.
What was going on in Miami?
I was actually a cocktail waitress and a bartender, because waiting tables, you can't really control how much money you make. And, you know, when you bartend and you cocktail waitress, you can get them drunk and charge them whatever you want.
Yeah, it's also easier to steal when you're a bartender.
Yeah, completely. And when the guys are rude to you, you're like, okay, that vodka tonic's now $30. And, you know, at past 2 o'clock in the morning, they'll pay anything for, you know.
Yeah, it is actually a good way. I've never thought about it like that. It's because you can drink while you're bartending. People don't know. You can give away free drinks if you want.
Yeah.
You can charge double to people you don't like. It's kind of like a win-win situation.
And I used to break the cigarette machine when I cocktail waitress. I used to break the cigarette machine so that nobody could get cigarettes. This was back when they had those cigarette vending machines. So nobody could get cigarettes, but I had cartons of them, and I would sell them individually.
What was going on in Miami that you moved to Miami?
Well, everybody, you know, it was the beginning of that whole Miami thing. You know, all those people moving there, and Madonna and Versace and that whole thing. It was the beginning of that. So everybody was like drunk and high on coke and smoking lots of cigarettes, and I was sober and taking all their money.
I don't believe for 1 second that Donatella Versace has ever done cocaine. Now, let's talk about the show, because you used to be sleeping around a lot on the show. And now you're
drinking tequila.
Yeah, and now you're only porking Patrick Dempsey. So how do you feel about that? Bored. You're bored.
No, I'm not. Do you know why? Here's the thing. You don't get to pick who you make out with, like on the show, you know. I mean, certainly not in the beginning when the character was sleeping around. It's not like they paraded a bunch of hot guys in front of me and said, "Who do you want?" They would just throw a guy in the mix and be like, "Here, now you have to lay in the bed with him."
It is a horrible thing to have to do as
Horrible
an
thing.
actress.
I mean,
I can't understand how any actresses go through with kissing a stranger. And I kiss
Honestly?
strangers, but not for that reason. You know,
It's not easy.
It doesn't look easy. It looks really awkward and uncomfortable.
It's gross.
Does it get, well, it must get easier, though, with the same person, right? Since you've been having sex with Patrick for a long time, or
Yes.
doesn't it get easier with him?
It does.
I mean, I know
except
how
that
awkward he is as a person, so.
we are literally like brother and sister, so it does get awkward.
And do you still
Because
have,
we've been together so long.
right.
Yeah.
And so when you kiss, do you, like, open your mouth and
No,
use tongue?
we don't use tongue, but you have to kind of open your mouth a little bit to make it look real. I mean,
Right.
You want to make it look real and sell it.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't have these people watching the show for so long.
So wait, what's going on? Is Katherine Heigl coming back to the show?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think that's happening.
Chewy, do you know, you're good friends with Katherine Heigl. Do you know if she's going back to the show?
Is she? No.
Anyway, Grey's Anatomy airs Thursdays at 9 on ABC, and it was lovely to have you on the show, Ellen.
Thank you so
for
much.
being here. We'll
Thank
be right
you.
back.